Hey Parkway family, welcome back to another month's edition of the Parkway Pulse, where each month we take time to look back and to celebrate all that God has done, but then also look forward to what we're hoping and praying for God to do in the upcoming month. And as we look back on the month of September, we were so excited to launch our life groups. And remember, our life groups are all about connecting relationally, growing spiritually, and living missionally. In fact, if you haven't had time to join one, there's still time, because we believe so much in this idea of loving courageously, because authentic relationships are our priority. And if you need help signing up for one, our connections team would love to be able to do that with you. And on September 21st, we were able to have our annual family meeting where we took time as a church to look back and to celebrate all that God has done through Parkway Bible Church this past year. And it was so exciting to see God's faithfulness. But then we also moved and looked forward at what God's calling us to this next year. And our focus over this next year is multiply the mission, because we know that if we're ever going to be about accomplishing the big vision that God has given us of reaching every man, woman, and child here in Greater Austin and beyond, then we're going to have to multiply. In fact, that's why we're in a series right now in the book of 2 Timothy, which is the Apostle Paul's final recorded words to his young protege Timothy, helping Timothy and us today know what it looks like to multiply the mission of Jesus where we're located, but and beyond to the nations, so that we can continue to take the gospel where we live, learn, work, and play. Now, as we look forward to the month of October, there's 4 things I want to tell you about that I'm really excited about. Number 1, on October 5th, we get to come together as a church and celebrate life change through baptism as people go public with their faith. And it's always an exciting time as we gather to celebrate. I'm so excited to be able to see you there. Now, I'm also excited to tell you about 2 Parkway Institute classes that are being offered this month. The first one is called Your Handcrafted Calling, where participants are going to be challenged to see who it is that God has created them to be, but then live that out for His glory. The second class is for grandparents. It's called Grandparenting Matters, because grandparents, we believe that you have a legacy to leave and that you still have an opportunity to invest in the next generation to make disciples. And last but not least, we've got our middle school fusion retreat coming up on October 11th through 12th, where middle school students are going to gather. It's going to be a wild time where they're going to hear from God's word. They're going to worship together. They're going to play crazy games, and they're going to stay up really late and have so much fun building relationships, but more important, going deep with Jesus and deep with one another. And church, when I think about the month of October, there's so much to be excited about, from baptism to Parkway Institute classes to middle school students being equipped with the gospel. Church, God is doing some incredible things here at our church, and I want to encourage you to continue to pray. Let's continue to ask God to do what only He can do to make His name known and to build up Parkway Bible Church, to use us so that we can multiply out, so that we can multiply the mission. And so, church, I just want to say thank you for your continued investment in giving of your lives and giving of your resources, because it is how the body comes together to be built up, but to be sent out with the power of the gospel in order to transform lives. So church, thank you so much for being an incredible church. I love you guys, and thank you for tuning in to another month's edition of the Parkway Pulse, and we'll see you next time.